It's about that time. Assemble and talk. No cap. It's a civil war. You thinking you worthy. You feeling like door. Smash that like button like hook, yeah.
Welcome back, everybody. I believe this is week 5 on Assemble Time. Got my homie, my Brody Stoley here. Got the Brody homie Buzzo JJ here. We spoke about him last week. He's the one that told us about the recommended that we do the top 10 crossovers of the comics. So most likely we are actually gonna get to that at the end of the segment and everything. Got a few things I want to run down this week. You know, a lot of things happened this week. So I got my little list here. First of all, I just started watching Titans. They came out with season 3. You said you didn't see Titans, right?
Nah, I
and you didn't see Titans?
I don't really watch.
Oh, well, Titans is Teen Titans, basically, with the live action show.
That's when they're like kind of older though, right?
Wait, nah.
I mean,
I think I did.
I get what you mean, because the actors that they casted, they're not teenagers.
But there's no teens in it.
No, they're not. They're not. But you know they do that with everything, right? It'd be like a high schooler, and he'd be like, you know that actor's like 23, he's playing a 16-year-old.
Yo, I hate that.
Yeah, so, but nonetheless though, they got the person that plays Robin in Nightwing now, the 3rd season, the season finale of season 2, he became Nightwing. So now this whole new season 3, he's Nightwing now, Nightwing suit and all that, black and blue shit. It's the guy that's he did a lot of movies.
You can just look it up.
Yeah, I forget I have this shit in front of me.
He's
the most popular one out of all of them. That's why I'm trying to. I forget his name though, but I'm gonna show you right now, bro.
Starfire is the black chick, right?
Yeah, Starfire is the black chick. Yeah.
Yeah, I did start watching that.
See, that's this chick Starfire. I didn't really like their casting when I first started watching Titans, but
I don't have a problem with Starfire's casting.
Son, right here. I hate when the pictures do that. I don't know why I don't know. But you see him, right?
He looks familiar.
Remember the interview with God? Like 2 years ago, I put you on. You definitely. I remember you have one.
Just put Titans cast.
I'm gonna put the trailer for Titans.
Yeah.
So y'all can get the idea of how Titans is.
But yeah, come to think of it, I think I did start watching the first season of
Yeah,
it.
so for me, before this season, I was a inconsistent watcher. My shorty would watch Titans and watch shows and shit. Titans is her favorite show. So I would just catch episodes sometimes, like pay attention when I want to, something look interesting. But it wasn't my cup of tea yet. But, you know, doing the podcast and everything, I was like, let me give it a fair shot. And I went back and I watched Titans and, it's good, especially the new season, because I guess they got more of a budget.
Right.
They going off for the whole Red Hood.
Oh, yeah.
They going off the Red Hood
like
story.
That.
Literally, or for
like
the whole,
that.
Ain't got this. Y'all can start like I did and just dive into season 3. That's what I did. All dudes like, but even though I watched the second to last season finale, but nonetheless.
Give it a little bit of volume.
Those were the lessons that he taught.
You know, this one don't control volume, but I try not to put the volume too loud there, so it won't be too loud on the.
Fear to control it. You need to make sure that this doesn't happen to someone else.
It's fire 'cause they do it just like the comic. Like he don't listen, he goes alone. And I like it because they did as God.
Oh, they put put the Joker. That's a flashback, or is Joker really a character in this?
No, that's an actual he's not a character in this. They talk about him, they don't show him yet.
Okay.
You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, they probably won't.
That scene they show him beating him, but how much we don't see his face in nothing, right? Like, but it's not a flashback. No, that was present moment.
Oh, Oracle.
See, she's in a wheelchair. You know why she's in a wheelchair, right?
I like the wheelchair. Yeah, of course.
Why she's in a wheelchair? I know you know, but
killing joke.
exactly. And they talk about that in here.
Bruce, he said, be a better Batman. The Titans about this.
You know how crazy that is, right? Trying to step into your father's shoes.
You
I
smoke?
do, Commissioner Gordon.
You smoke stuff?
The whole world is turning upside down.
I think I'm losing my mind.
If you're gonna die, I'll I'm gonna.
Oh, that's Hawk and Dove.
Yeah.
Nice.
They got a big part of this
Cases like these we've
season.
been using in hospitals.
Oh, the show period. They got a big part.
I like how they made one of them a girl though. I thought that's pretty neat. I remember Hawk and Dove being.
Oh, both boys? I never knew that. See, that's
Yeah.
fire.
Dick Grayson.
Hawk and Doug, they both was boys. Who would know?
Listen, don't quote me on this because there's always mad different iterations. But
You gotta
the Hawk
say
and
that
Dove,
word.
I remember
It's just too
had been both dudes.
That's fire.
Probably right.
Oh, they got Superboy?
Yeah, yo, bro.
Oh, they going off.
It's good. I ain't gonna lie, it's good.
We show no mercy.
I said that he was putting the paws on Red Hood, bro. You know you can't mess with him when it comes to the hands. I mean, so since y'all never seen it before, now that y'all seen this new trailer, how y'all think of what y'all just?
I like the costume on Red Hood. It looks good.
Yeah, I thought that. I like his helmet and stuff. It didn't look too cheesy to me.
It's probably gonna be like trash to go back to the first season.
Nah, actually,
Because it's just like.
I know what you mean. Sometimes you know how shows get way better as they go on.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give them their flowers. Remember, I told you I was an inconsistent watcher,
Mhm.
so the episodes that I did used to catch, they would be valid. I'm not even going front like the first season. It starts off crazy. Like the season finale is bananas. Like Robin, my son. Alright, I don't want to spoil nothing, but if y'all can go back, just give y'all sense. Alright, so my son Batman basically.
Batman's in this.
They raid his crib. The cops raid Batman's crib to go get him. They had enough of him, and he's Batman.
Right.
He's not with nothing. I ain't gonna lie. He becomes the Darkest Knight, not the Dark Knight. He becomes the Darkest Knight. I'm talking about.
You start following people?
Bro, John Wick.
Nah, that's nuts.
The Blackest Knight.
Batman?
Yo, so if you're not gonna go back and watch everything, y'all gonna have to just go back and watch the season finales of each season.
Nah,
Yo, they both
I'm gonna
bananas.
give it a chance though.
They both bananas. My son Bats was swallowing, and my son off rip the trailer for season 1. Robin was like, nigga, what? They like, wait, where's Batman? He folded niggas in the street, blood in his face. He's like, nigga, fuck Batman. And he wasn't with nothing. Like, I ain't gonna lie, like it's good. I ain't gonna lie. And I recommend it, especially since the new season just started right now. They only on, I think, episode 4. They what they did, it came out last week. They released 3 episodes all ripped together.
Oh,
that's good work. And then last week was the second following up week, which is the 4th episode. So it seems like 4 episodes, damn, that's already in a lot. But they dropped 3 at once, and then they dropped the 4th one. So I got it. Right now that's
supposed to be raining and all that. I got time.
You guys should do it. You guys should watch. If anything, so I like how they do that. And then see, you know the shorty in the wheelchair? That was you seen Shorty? That's Barbara.
Yeah.
That's Jim Gordon's daughter, Barbara Gordon.
Okay, Barbara.
She took on the she became, I don't know if you even know, she becomes Batgirl.
Yeah.
Everybody knows that, yeah.
But why was she
in a
wheelchair?
Did you see The Killing Joke, the movie? Right, you just brought it up a while ago. The Killing Joke, it came out like a year or two ago, probably 2 years ago. It's a Batman movie. You know, DC, because they come out with films, animations.
Nah, I ain't see it.
And The Killing Joke is basically Joker's original story. One of them, at least, right? Because, right, they'd be different iterations. But it's the Joker's original story of how he became Joker. And shown right before he became Joker.
Like,
But
this is in-depth detail. Like, this shows, like, the Red Hood. Remember, they just showed him turn out Robin, beat him up, kill him, bring him back to life as the Red Hood.
But the thing is, what you gotta understand is that when The Killing Joke first came out, I think Alan Moore wrote that. I don't remember who wrote it, but I'm pretty sure it was Alan Moore. So it was supposed to be like a what if story. What if Joker had an origin? What would it be?
Oh, all right, yeah. Since he never had an origin, like it starts off basically on the cusp of him becoming Joker, right?
Yeah, so he was a comedian.
Mm-hmm.
So there's, for me, it seems like they took 2 different Jokers and then they put them into one Joker.
For The Killing Joke or for this?
So for Titans, because the Joker that beat Robin with the crowbar is not the Joker that killed Barbara Gordon. Now there's so many different...
Oh, I know what you mean, because... All right, in Gotham,
there's three
in Gotham, they do that some side of they kind of do that some sort of way in Gotham. In Gotham show, they have Joker, right? He's played by Ian from Genius.
Yeah, I remember that.
And then he dies. I think he gets killed, right, by his twin. And it's
I never saw Gotham.
Yeah, and it's like his twin.
But that's the one where
he takes over and becomes the new Joker after he kills Joker. being
Really?
more
Like-
evil. I'm your twin, and then now I'm Joker. But guess what? I really am Joker too, right? Because I'm you. We're each other. You was your Joker. You took up that. You made that character first.
That's kind of dope.
It is kind of dope. It
Yeah.
depends how you take it in when they execute it. How you take it in the execution. You like, that's cool, or not. You like, that's whack. It's other.
But I mean, it just seems pointless though. Like,
Yeah.
in a way.
They but so to bring it back, the Red Hood, his original storyline, he was wearing a red hood. They had like the mob, they had got him to do a job for him, a robbery, and he was gonna be down with the robbery, the burglary, or whatever. And he had put on this red hood. But the point of putting on the red hood, he was gonna be the fall guy.
All right. So
That's what it was.
He stand out.
And then that night, that's when he fell into the pit or whatever.
Because
And then
Batman showed up.
and then he fell into that green lava pit, right? When being like in the first Batman movie, remember he fell into the shit. That's how he turned.
Right.
And then, the Killing Joke was he's the comedian. So he was a failed comedian.
Mm-hmm.
Like that movie that not just came out.
Like
but
yeah.
the
So
movie.
the Joker movie with Joaquin Phoenix is
Right, that's
kind of
what
like
I'm
a
saying.
mix of like a bunch of them. But he's a comedian. He's a failed comedian. Then, a little bit of the Red Hood comes in where it's like,
yeah, exactly. They start showing that part
because he's having a baby, and
It's by the way, it's one of the dopest. They just be jumping
They stay releasing like the animation,
and they be going crazy, right? They be bananas. So that's one of the better ones. Like, and they all better, but I'm saying that's one of the good ones that I recommend to people. Like, the Killing Joke is crazy. The last two was wild. The Apocalypse, Dark Apocalypse, and
Yeah, I didn't like that whole segment in the beginning with Batman.
they all went over
and
there
Barbara
and then they
Gordon.
all.
No, not Apocalypse.
The
the Killing Joke when they were.
I said, look, that ass really goes in there. She
And
opens
bangs
the door. He
Barbara
shoots all right.
Gordon.
Once you open the door, you hear the gunshot. It's on her face, so you just see her get shot. Like, you're like, oh, nigga. Then it's Joker. Then he turn the camera so that way he's shooting her.
And then he had like the camera with
Then after
the
that,
vacation
he
suit.
rapes her.
Word?
Bro, he rapes her in the movie.
Nah,
They
they
show
went.
that.
They went
Yo, bro,
crazy.
they went bananas.
Nah,
She
they
bleeding
went
from her
crazy.
legs and all that. They walked out, bro. They walked out.
And then Commissioner Gordon was watching, or he sent the pictures.
No,
or some
he
shit.
sent the pictures of it to her, to Joker afterwards, and the pictures of
Nah,
him ready to
Joker
do it.
was always different.
Nah,
though.
it was
Like,
one of
he
the
be
craziest
wild.
Jokers. It really showed why he was like. Honestly, it's kind of like you said it, right? It's kind of like the Joaquin Phoenix Joker in a way.
Yeah.
See how
that shit was depressing. I ain't even gonna hold you. Like
It's
that movie
right.
was sad, bro.
that's what
Like
it tries to show you how Joker's, if he had an origin or if they want to make that a canon origin, he was very depressed and he was a lame, and the same way the movie depicted him, that's how he is in the Killing Joke. Literally. Yeah.
So
he
there's
just snapped.
He snapped, and then and not only that, he fell into the chemicals. So
Right.
not only that he snapped, he got turned out.
So there's this comic called Three Jokers, and it has the Killing Joke. So they're different names. I read it, but I forget the names of the Joker. But it's the criminal, the comedian, and then there's one other. So it's three different Jokers. So and there's three main characters. So there's Batman, there's Barbara, and then there's Tim Drake, right? The Red Hood. That's the Red Hood, right?
Yeah. No. Jason Todd.
Jason Todd.
Sorry.
There's so many. It's like 5
Yo, it's
different
crazy. They
Batman.
just, in the new one, in episode 1 of season 3, they introduced Tim Drake without introducing him. It's like some random kid, he gets stopped by the cops, and the cops give him like the OD racial profiling, harassment, and then finally when he gets home, he gives him some free dumplings and everything. Then when he gets home, the parents like, yo, you was alright today? He's like, oh yeah. He's like, sure, or you got stopped by the cops? He's like, oh no, it was cool, I gave him free dumplings, but it's alright, it's good. And then, while that's happening, breaking news, Robin found dead in the alley. I don't know about a Joker, and he was waiting there for the cops to get arrested, took him back to Arkham Asylum. Son is a huge fan of Batman and Robin, so he's like devastated, and his mom's knows, so she come on the shoulder, he's like, Tim, it's gonna be okay. That was it. Easter egg and confirmation, because he's on the front poster of the season 3 of the characters,
Right.
so we know he's gonna be in it, you know?
Gotcha.
Probably like towards the middle end, they probably like put him suited up. Again, sorry, I don't know.
But no, that's fine. So there's three main characters, 3 different Jokers. So it follows like 3 different stories of how the Joker affected each of their life. Barbara Gordon, she's fighting one Joker, the Joker that paralyzed her. So that's the comedian. Jason Todd, he's trying to confront his demons of when he got hit with the crowbar.
Okay.
And then Batman, he's pretty much struggling with the death of his parents. So there's 3 different Jokers, and they all don't know that it's 3 different Jokers.
Nah, that's
So
crazy.
So
they-
one might be thinking, all right, yeah,
So-
like it's different shit's happening. It's like, damn, that my Joker's out here wilding, but it's not used because it's 3 at the same time.
Exactly. So, long story short, you know, spoiler warning. Towards the end, they try and make you think it's Joe Chill. That's the final Joker, because you this close to figuring out Joker's identity, right? But at the end, Joker kidnaps Joe Chill, and then he makes Batman confront the person that killed his parents. So at the end, he forces Bruce Wayne to save Joe Chill.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy.
I see what you mean. Joe Chill is the one that
Yeah.
killed his parents.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too.
But so, I thought
Because he maybe put Batman in a predicament. I know this is what made you, who became you, but now you're either forced to kill me, like you don't ever want to do, or save the person that killed your parents.
Exactly.
It's a tough predicament.
That's fucked
But
up.
what I thought was that I thought 2 things was gonna happen. Joker was gonna turn Joe Chill into his new successor. So I thought he was gonna turn Joe Chill into the Joker,
Right.
but that's not what happened.
No, okay.
So he ended up saving Joe Chill, and then he finally reconciled with the fact that he killed his parents.
Damn. That's
Oh.
tough.
And then Joker got away, obviously.
As
So-
always, like this.
But at the
That's
end,
what it does.
but at the end, Alfred was like, "Oh, he said some shit like, "Oh, so like we know Joker's identity, blah 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 now." And then he was like, "Nah, bro, I've been knew who he was since the first time I met him. I knew who he was." And then it just ends like that, like Batman been knew who he was. Now that book is kind of controversial because it was a lot of hype for that, right? Like it was a lot of hype, and it let a lot of people down. Me, for one, personally, like if you don't read comics, like for everybody, if y'all don't read comics, you're into it. This is a controversial opinion, and I know a lot of people who are really into comics would debate me on this. I liked it. I thought it was good. You know, I know a lot of people at the comic book store was really let down because it was kind of a thick book, and it was like $7.99 or some shit. It was pretty pricey for a comic, but I liked it. The covers were dope. Each book one had like a cover of a different Joker, so you see the comedian with like a tomato on his face or some shit.
Right.
Then you see the Red Hood, and then he had like it was cool. I like Jason Todd was like, "Oh, Barbara Gordon, I'm in love with you," and she's like, "Nah, bro, like,
Yeah, it's not gonna work.
like nah,
dumb
like,
as
you like."
Yeah, I fuck with Bats first of all. And first of all, before she gets shot and raped by Joker in the Killing Joke, the scene before that, like 5 minutes before that. By the way, this is the beginning of the movie. Like this is 15-20 minutes in. The whole 15-20 minutes in, she's trying to like get Bat's attention. She's his partner by this time, but he's kind of shying away from her now because he's noticing like she's starting to like him.
Which is completely not canon.
Yeah,
Like it was
Yeah,
never
I'm
in
like,
the comic.
I've never even like heard
but
that.
on a third link of crime fighting at night, she calls the shit up for him, and it wasn't. You know, they always want to call the bat shit sick dude.
Right.
And he like, yo, like you're not dead ass. Long story short, he nigga, she throws it all at him. She throws it all at him on top of a rooftop, and my son slams it. He takes it. Nah, he takes it.
Nah, that's OD.
It's
Like,
mad.
That's
That
not,
movie's
yo,
true,
bro. That's
But-
not anything Batman would ever do.
Nah, but I
Nah,
know
but
that.
yeah, but it's cool to see though. I
Even
like
though,
it
like,
because that's like I know
don't
my
like
son
Batman
bad's
at all.
like ain't when my son in the suit, he's all business. But I know outside of suit, my son's a playboy, so he do consider
I don't
getting
even
the
think
cheeks
he
all
would
the
do it.
time.
I don't even think he would
Well,
do
huh?
it.
Like, nah.
I don't think.
That's what's that's why to me it gave it a twist that I never seen before. I'm all bats, so honestly I'm biased with bats, so I kind of like any iteration of bats or storyline as long as it's not too jumping out the window for me. And when I say too jumping out the window, something that's really gonna seem like corny to me. Like don't have Batman shooting guns like that. Don't let that be his storyline. Like you know a different variant of him.
I never seen Batman
right?
shoot a gun.
Right, and like don't something that's really
Well,
gonna throw me off. That's not his
I
essence.
think
Don't
I
take him
did.
away from his essence too much.
Nah, I understand.
Like you feel me?
He shot a gun at Darkseid that one time, but that had like.
Let's say if y'all
listen, I'm not even gonna get into.
let's say y'all have a iteration where he's not good at prep time, when he's not that smart. But Batman's kind of like
Yo,
dumbfounded. I'll be mad. Like he's never dumb.
Nah, the prep time for me, like everybody think Batman could beat everybody with enough prep time.
That's what's great
That
about
shit
him though.
kills me,
Like
yo.
he has that. But you know what it is though? That comes from humans because, believe it or not, he's us.
like the perfect human.
He's perfect human. So,
But so is Captain America.
no,
Yes.
he's
Captain
the perfect
America.
human if you inject something in him.
I mean, right? Like he's
You know,
definitely super. Like you got super strength, super
But-
speed, all that.
Yeah, but
that's what's cool about
Batman
having both of them.
could fucking like lift. Like I don't even.
But
know.
no, he can't go crazy. He could go enough, but he could enter one of those strongest man competitions. But he's not doing nothing more than that. He's not dragging an airplane more than them niggas are dragging it in them competitions faster than that. You know what I mean? Like he's not dragging it by triple the speed. Like if they dragging it by an airplane at like what, like 8 miles per hour, he's not doing 25 miles per hour dragging this shit. Nah, that's ridiculous. Nah,
but-
Batman's not that strong.
Listen,
I know what you mean though, yeah, because they have moments where he can lift a car, but not over his head. He can lift it on one side. Get out of here, right? Help somebody.
But how?
You know why?
Like,
Believe
you know
it or
what I
not, I just read this too. Humans can lift up as much as a car. Not like lift up a car. Not like that, but like I'm saying, like you can lift up one end of a car enough off the ground. You can lift that up. Your body's you're strong enough. It's a mind thing, you know.
Yeah.
But nonetheless, it takes a combination of mind and muscle. It's not like just you can't just be like my size and think you're gonna lift it up. No, it takes also in the right shape of human peak and your ability with your mind, you can lift up to not over your shoulders, not off all four wheels. I'm talking about just one end of a car, just lift it up to save somebody's life if they was pinned underneath. You can lift up a car, and that's crazy.
That is
But
true. Think
nonetheless,
I was
yo, before we get over the whole, we got mad shit to talk about. I want to, how y'all feel about Robin being bisexual? They just confirmed it.
I'll go last.
Alright, guys.
I mean,
Like your honest opinion, hearing that, and it's confirmed now. So now, like,
But, like, since when?
Since last week. So you know,
no. But I'm like,
No,
All right,
all right.
how-
So when they confirm stuff, that means they always been, but now we're letting y'all know. It's like SpongeBob. Remember how they said that about SpongeBob?
yeah, I remember
He's
that.
gay.
That means
always been
But
gay.
it's like- I mean, everybody
always-
already thought it though about
But
SpongeBob.
you know,
like,
confirmation
nobody
is
thought that
everything.
shit about
But
Robin.
remember, but with the fact that they said it out there, it still was a controversial. Like, dang, y'all really went out there and just said SpongeBob is gay now. Even though we all thought that, but y'all confirmed that for no reason.
I
Well,
like
wait,
when
that's
they,
what I'm saying,
I like
like,
how
for-
when they put SpongeBob on Pride Day, they turned off the comments on Twitter.
You
Nah,
know?
that's crazy. That's
Nickelodeon was
crazy.
So,
hilarious.
but yeah, so Robin, I guess nowadays, you know, they doing that with.
But that's my problem. Like,
Yeah,
yeah,
so
you're
you-
doing it with everything. Like,
It's
he's
some
a
people-
superhero. He's a crime fighter. Nobody's worried about who he's
Gay.
sleeping with.
Nah, word. It's,
Like
that's
nobody's
not even-
worried about that. Like,
Nah,
it's,
at all.
it's really no
And
point.
he's not even like a Tony Stark or Bruce Wayne where they kind of a playboy outside of the suit where you see them with girls a lot.
Exactly.
His arc never is that with girls. So like,
So it wasn't needed, honestly.
so you feel like inappropriate wasn't needed.
I mean,
Inappropriate,
inappropriate
not
would be a
inappropriate.
strong word to use. Like I mean,
I say
because
inappropriate
of-
because like you said, like it's a comic book. He's a cartoon character that's been established for more than 70 years, literally. Why y'all just gonna make him or say he's bisexual now?
like it's just everything that's going on now is the the
I feel like they
climate, today's
yeah,
climate.
so they're trying to even up things and they're just choosing certain characters. So, alright, we can't make Batman it, but let's make Robin.
right, like
Right, and it's
that's
like,
the
damn,
one.
like don't do that to Robin. Like make a new character and just say there.
Whatever.
But then again, you know what it is? It's hard to start to make new characters right and people to overall like them. That's why it's hard for people to even break through making any characters. They draw your own. A lot of people, you hear that a lot. People like, y'all drew a character. They don't even have no storyline to the character. Like, I drew a character. I drew this character when I was a kid. But this character that I always drew, it's hard because to make a dope character is really, really hard. It's hard.
Like,
I just say that because I'm writing a comic book. I've been writing it since November, and I didn't rush into writing the characters. I wrote the world first, the rules of the world first, the geometry of the world first, the map, everything else but the characters, and then I fitted characters into these worlds one by one and took time with those characters, because, like I just said, it's mad hard to make a character. One, you gotta, I think, if I'm wrong, I think to go into a character, to make him, you have to make him look dope. His storyline has to be well grounded and well entertaining.
Right.
And it has to have room for improvement. I think you can't just max out a character. For me, I think nowadays, at least. Back in the days, it worked like that. You could just make Superman. But with all the characters that they are now, I think sometimes you have to leave room for improvement, for people can grow.
Right, exactly. I mean, like, can't just be like
so
the strongest.
So to bring that in, before I bring it in with the Robin shit,
that shit is not.
they trying to do it to characters that's already established, and I don't think that's right, honestly speaking. No, unless the character shows signs of it. But your take on Robin?
So, I don't have an issue with it. I'm more interested in like what do they do with that? Like how do they how do they evolve the character? Like okay, sure, he's gay, cool. Bi, LGBTQ. That's fine with me because when I look at it, there's 5 Robins. You got Stephanie Brown.
Yo, they showed the Easter egg of her too. My son
Jason Todd.
My son Nightwing confronts him about this nigga's death. Like, bro, you acting like nothing happened, bro. Like, I know you talk to me, bro. I know it hurts. It hurts me too.
Right.
It happened. You know, Bruce is a savage, right? So he goes snooping alone in the Batcave. Sorry to cut you off again.
No, it's fine.
And he goes to the Bruce's computer, and he finds a whole bunch of like teens. So then Bruce walks in. He's like, yo, what is this? Right, but Batwing be on shits with him, and this joint he be on bullshit with him. He's like, what is this? He's like, oh, those are new candidates.
Yo,
it's
like,
2 days after this nigga's death. He's looking for a replacement.
That nigga don't care.
So they show
bro.
like 5 people on the board with on the computer screen with the name, and one of them was Stephanie Brown. And I just found out about Stephanie Brown because we had an episode where we were talking about.
Just found out.
Yeah, we were just talking about all the Robins. One of the episodes, and Prob brought her like, yo, girl Robin, and then we looked up, and he was like, yo, he's right, it's Stephanie Brown. So when I watched Titans a week later, it's crazy how you just found out about something. They show her Easter egg. He didn't talk about her, but she was one out of the 5 people they showed being a replacement. I was like, so you don't care about it because there's 5 Robins anyway.
There's 5 Robins. We got Tim Drake, Jason Todd, Damian Wayne, Stephanie Brown, and then we had the girl from the Frank Miller Robin. Mm-hmm. I feel like, yeah, sure. I mean, we got all these Robins. Sure, make one gay. I mean, that's fine. But
no, it is 5. There's 5 of them. And then y'all gonna make, but which one is it that they making gay? I didn't even read it.
I don't even.
Damn,
remember.
it's probably Tim Drake.
I know
it's probably Dick Grayson. I believe it's Dick Grayson.
Yeah, it was. I know it was.
Because I read the article, but I don't remember what I read from the article.
It was in Batman Urban Legends number 6.
But either way,
so
I see what you mean. They just have to make it that it doesn't seem too cheesy.
Yeah, I care about the writing first,
right.
and if you could create a good story with, and make minor tweaks to a character's identity and whatnot, then I mean I don't really give a shit, you know. And then a lot of people like to complain about race swapping, like a black character.
No, I don't care about race swapping as long as it's not iconic characters that's known for their iconic race of that role, like right.
Superman,
like, you can't make Superman. He's always been white to me unless they have another version, but he has another name. He's not Kal-El, right?
No, is Kal-El, Valzad.
That's what the problem is.
That's
the black one.
There's a Russian.
Kal-El though, but if you're Kal-El, the Red Sun is created. I like that one. They had the if Superman, it's like a what if they did an animation movie, and if he was in Russia, his shit crash landed in Russia instead. In the U.S., they all got accents. Wonder Woman's from over there, she got an accent. Yo, the gender is dope. Batman and all that.
I gotta see that.
Dope. But he came out like 3 years ago, I think 2 years ago. But what I was just saying,
that's weird. I seen people recently started talking about all the what if stories and stuff like that.
Oh no, we was talking about the So don't change a character that's known for being. See, like Green Lantern, he has different iterations of him being white, black, or whatever.
Yeah,
you can do that with him. That's cool for me. But don't change. You can't make Bruce Wayne black.
Right.
You can't make Peter Parker black.
Right.
You can't make Miles Morales white.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like these are that's what makes
them
them. That's
exactly.
That was a big part of their storyline. You feel me? Don't make them that. You know.
Well, I feel like
they're starting to get on my nerves with that too. They starting to do that.
A lot of these characters. A lot of these white characters, they don't really have an identity or a culture that makes them them. Like for me,
that's why I said with the iconic characters, that's the only thing with me. That's why I said some characters are cool as fuck. You could do it because I don't even know. Like the ancient one. Yeah, I didn't even know that was a guy. And they just have to...
What race is Batman? Is he Irish? Is he Italian? Is he...
Oh, when there's something so subtle like that, I don't care about. No, there's something like that, you can make him See, like Robert Pattinson, I don't care.
No, I'm saying in general. In general,
if a UK guy's playing him.
In general, does the Batman character have a certain...
No.
Like...
Nobody never specified.
They never said that. I don't think they ever said that.
Yeah, so...
We just see his skin color.
Right.
Yeah.
But we know he's not Asian.
So, but like a lot of people like to use the excuse, and I see this online all the time. It just gets me so angry when they go, "Oh, but if we made Black Panther white, you'd get mad. Why should Batman be black?" Because there's a black Batman now in Second Son, which I read it and it was fantastic, by the way.
And if that, but look, that's that version storyline. And
Yeah.
that's cool.
Right.
Don't say my version storyline or the version we all know.
Like,
is-
or grew up on.
Yeah,
like,
that's-
now you
yeah,
want to switch
yeah,
it.
yeah.
Like, nah, that
But
don't work.
Bruce Wayne, like, yeah, that's, I mean, for me, like, if you have a black Batman, I don't give a shit.
But
if you have a black Canary, that's whatever. Like, what are
so how about they had a Guala, a hardcore Spanish heavy accent Batman, bro? George Lopez sounding Batman.
Not George
no? I
Lopez.
mean, if he's not, I'm saying like they could have different kinds of. They could have a Mexican Batman, right?
But say it's from a storyline it's from, right?
Yeah, but that's fine. But there's a lot of people that get upset because we have a Mexican Batman and then or a black Batman.
It's
but
all different.
what is we have a white one, and the white one doesn't really have a race that anybody could identify with, right? Like if you see like
No, I know, like you saying the line is thin, basically. The line is thin. It's a gray area of Batman's race of people like that because they never said he was Caucasian.
like what do you got?
So we can make him Irish. He's still what?
Yeah.
If you go back and look, he probably is Irish if you interpret it in that way. You know, so I say what you're trying to say. It's a thin gray line.
Yeah, but
area.
there's nobody like that for black people. There's nobody like that for Hispanic. Like how many really good Hispanic characters have we had in like the last 10 years? We had Jaime Reyes.
Funny, we literally speak about that our last episode.
Like who
he
we
probably
had?
saying that we don't have really nobody, and I brought up American Chavez.
But yeah,
Spanish
but
people.
she's. That's not. That wasn't a good comic. Like that.
It's now that the
I agree
MCU is gonna make her popular now. But
Nah,
besides that,
I don't know. Like there's
No,
a lot of things that MCU.
no, they
can
make
do.
everybody popular. That's nonetheless. I'm not
I
saying
mean,
they're gonna make them
MCU,
good.
like-
I never said good. I'm saying making them popular.
That all people know who they are.
No, yeah. Every
Yeah,
character that comes
definitely.
to the MCU,
Like, people
we
going
know
up,
Lady
like-
Loki now. Like it's like, and yeah, if you're more.
And I didn't even know that was a thing.
See,
Yeah,
people like me didn't
Right.
know, and people like him didn't know. People like you knew, and
I knew.
you're not part of the
but
general
I'm not.
public. You're
No,
part of the.
no.
Yeah, like you
No,
well
exactly.
versed in comics and stuff like that. You
I
feel
know.
what I'm saying?
Exactly. So me, I
Most
didn't
people
know.
like me, I'm
It
just
wasn't
watching
until I heard of Loki
movies.
series being confirmed, and then I'll do my research, and then I start hearing all the stuff. That's again who's cast, who cast.
But
So I
to
knew she
finish-
was gonna be in it. But
To
yeah.
finish my point, I look
we
at it
gotta
like
wrap this one
this: as long as we're not altering, like, to go back to what I said, that gets me pissed off when people go, "Oh, if we made Black Panther white." Well, that's a dumb excuse, and people need to stop saying, "Oh, well, if we need Black Panther white, people will be angry." Of course, they'd be angry because T'Challa's African American lineage and heritage is part of his character. It makes him who he is.
Right. That's what he was saying, though.
Yeah.
And
Exactly.
then how many is Captain America's whiteness, is that the focal point
Nope.
of who he is?
Nope. But that's what I was trying to say earlier. That's what I was saying.
But
Miles,
that's why we could have
focal points.
But that's why we could have who's the Falcon take the mantle, and that's why we could have Miles Morales take the mantle. That's why we could have
And that, and my whole point is in that way.
yeah, of course.
But don't do it and say, if there was ever no Miles, and just say, no, Peter Parker.
Parker,
now he's black.
yeah,
Or
like,
he's
yeah,
black.
that's-
that'd
no,
be weird.
you can't do
That's
that.
our whole
That'd
thing.
be
Like,
weird.
yeah.
That'd be weird.
Right.
But if none of these characters have a lineage or heritage that is essential to who they are
Then
and what makes them them, then
what's the
then,
big deal?
Then you don't care. All right, that makes sense.
What's
though.
the deal?
I see your
Like,
point.
Like,
I see
what's
your
the
point.
deal? It's just generic
Yeah, yeah.
white guy.
And that's what I say. You saying exactly what I was saying. You saying the other half of it though.
And-
I was just saying don't tamper with it if. And you
And
saying
then-
yeah, don't tamper it. Just
So
do it this
back
way.
to the LGBTQ, why it doesn't bother me is that I have a lot of friends, that go to the comic book store every Wednesday. They're gay, they're trans, they're readers just like me, just like you. Just
Yeah,
like
regular
they
people. So,
showing up to
yeah.
the comic book store every Wednesday.
So
They're
for stuff
supporting
like
the
that,
industry.
that's a big win for them.
Exactly. Like,
Okay,
like
that makes sense.
there's gay readers, there's trans readers. I know them. They're great people. I don't have any problem with what they do. Why should they be alienated? That's like saying, when people were saying like, oh, like they want to make everything. And I was like, imagine 40, 50 years ago when there was no black characters, and then they made a black. Are you gonna say, oh, well,
And,
why
it's,
they gotta
and
make?
it's literally the same
literally-
sense, but a different time.
No,
That's
not
all it is.
really, because at the end of the day, that's like, I feel like who you sleep with is not part of like if you're a superhero, you're known for crime fighting. That's what you're known for, whether you're black, white, or
So
whatever.
who you sleep with,
Who you
people
sleep
don't
with,
care about.
like
man. That don't matter.
nobody care about that.
Unless it's part of your storyline, like I
Right.
just mentioned earlier.
Now,
With Bruce Wayne or
If
Tony
it's
Stark, how they
what's his
play
name,
was.
Dick Grayson, like
Nobody
like,
cares who's
Nobody
dating.
like
That's
nobody
the
ever
Nah,
cared
nah,
about
but
that.
no one
And it
cares
never,
because there's no point in the comic
like
where it's gonna be him and his relationship.
right.
That never was a thing.
Not yet.
Not yet. Now
Not
that's it.
yet.
But now they'll have to make one though.
Yeah, of course,
You know what I mean?
Just have to see now.
but representation matters, and
It
there,
does.
there are gay readers, and I feel like gay people, they're present. There's gay people that show up every Wednesday and they're spending their money. So there's
of
gay
course.
readers, and there's gay kids.
No,
that
look.
They shouldn't be.
I see. Look, you
alienated.
open my eyes slightly too, because I can see how it's a big win from them. I can get that. I can
It
get
is.
that. It's a big
Like
win.
they should.
And as long as the way that I say, I feel like just don't tamper with the characters that's part of their storyline though. Don't. And that's
Well,
what
but
the race
also
thing.
there-
We're saying
there-
the race thing and the thing. Don't change somebody that was core to their storyline. But yeah, if you want to add something to somebody's storyline and it don't change nothing, then fuck it.
But there's also weird shit that's like, like Snowflake and Safe Space. And even a lot of my
Not
gay
familiar.
friends were like, yo, this is kind of pretty much Snowflake and Safe Space were Marvel characters that they tried to come up with that were supposed to be LGBTQ, and they were really terrible ideas.
Yeah.
This is recently.
This is recently, and if you
Okay.
look it up, it was just ridiculous. And I think one was non-binary, and even gay people were like, "Get this out of my face," and it was bad.
Yeah.
So as long as it's
Not
not
bad.
anything direct, it was bad.
Yeah, so
As long as
you
it's
do
not-
right, if you do anything right in life, it hits and
Yeah.
it goes
Right.
not unnoticed, but it goes noticed. It actually, you get your flowers if something's done right. I always say that with people, like, oh no, this they shelf in my show, they overlook it. No, it's if it was done the right way, anything that's done the right way is undeniably to anyone. You can't deny my greatness in this. If this is perfect, you know, for me, because people that aren't fans of things, anything, you can make a bottle for the first time, and if that drink is the best, like if the stars align, let's just say, if God come down and no, that's literally the best bottle that ever came out. If this is really the best bottle that ever came out, people gonna gravitate to that. You know why? Because people like purity and people like efficientness. You feel me? I noticed that whatever it is like, so you selling something, don't worry about it being not or
I mean,
you're
good
not being too
product sells
known. Yeah, it
itself.
sells itself. A great product
Yeah.
sells itself. Everybody knows that.
I think Robin being gay,
yeah, I can say that about Rapid.
I think that could be really good depending on how they do it, or it could be really bad. But I'm leaning more along the lines of how they do it. I don't think DC's gonna, because I feel like DC's always been good with diversity.
Mm-hmm.
They've always been amazing with how they handle their diversity.
Right.
And I don't think DC is really gonna make it the focal point of Robin's character.
Right.
Because
Okay.
they had a lot of Hispanic, their diversity is their shit. Like they've had many great. They have Jaime Reyes. They
Mhm.
have all these black characters, Cyborg, Jon Stewart, like characters that people of color, and they had struggles but weren't really shoved down our throats like Marvel did the last few years, which they're getting better with. So I think it could be good. I'm leaning more along the lines of like it could be good.
Alright, so y'all heard our takes on it. Let us know what y'all think on Robin being bisexual. Also, we were talking about Titans earlier in the segment. Let us know what y'all think about Titans, the new season, if y'all seen it.
Titans.
I think
watched
it's great.
that, yeah.
So let us know down below. And we're about to move into the next segment.
It's about that time. Assemble and talk. No cap. It's a civil war. You thinking you worthy. You feeling like door. Smash that like button like Hulk, yeah.